You finally did it. You took action. You started the business, joined the gym, began the project. You were pumped, energized, ready to conquer the world. And then, 3 days later, you don't want to do it anymore. The fire's gone. You're making excuses. You're back on the couch wondering what happened to that person who was so excited last week. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Motivation doesn't disappear. You just finally met the real version of your goal, and you didn't like what you saw. Let me explain why your motivation vanishes the second things get real, and more importantly, how to keep moving when it does. Let's start with the biggest lie you've been told, that motivation is supposed to last. Motivation is a spark. It gets you off the couch. It gets you through the door. But sparks don't burn for long. They're not supposed to. Expecting motivation to carry you through an entire journey is like expecting the excitement of buying a car to make you a good driver. It doesn't work that way. When you start something, you're running on emotional fuel. You're imagining the end result, the beach body, the successful business, the finished novel. Your brain is flooded with possibility, and possibility feels amazing. But then you actually start, and reality hits you in the face. You realize the gym isn't just one workout, it's hundreds of workouts. Writing a book isn't one inspired afternoon, it's months of showing up to a blank page. Building a business isn't just the exciting launch, it's dealing with taxes, difficult customers, and countless problems you never anticipated. The fantasy version of your goal dies, and motivation dies with it. Here's what actually happens in your brain. When you start something new, your brain releases dopamine because novelty is exciting. New gym, new project, new routine. Your brain loves new. But once the newness wears off, usually within days, your brain stops rewarding you. Now it's just work, repetitive, unglamorous work, and your brain is screaming, "This isn't fun anymore. Let's go find something new to be excited about." That's why you've started 50 things and finished 3. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just human. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do: seek novelty and avoid prolonged discomfort. But here's the kicker. The people who succeed aren't more motivated than you. They just understand that motivation is the beginning, not the fuel. There's another reason motivation disappears, and this one stings. You discover you're not as good as you thought you'd be. In your head, you imagined yourself crushing it, naturally talented, instantly competent. But the reality is you're a beginner, and being a beginner is humiliating. Your first workout is harder than you expected. Your first business pitch gets rejected. Your writing sounds nothing like the authors you admire. There's a term for this, the beginner's gap. It's the painful space between your taste, which is probably pretty good, and your current skill level, which sucks. You know what good looks like, but you can't produce it yet. And that gap is so uncomfortable that most people quit rather than live in it. Your motivation doesn't disappear because the goal changed. It disappears because you changed. You went from imagining yourself as the hero to realizing you're the struggling beginner. And that version of the story isn't as fun. So what do you do when motivation is gone and you still have work to do? First, stop waiting for motivation to return. It's not coming back the way it was. That initial spark was a one-time thing. If you keep waiting to feel like it again, you'll be waiting forever. Successful people don't work when they feel motivated. They work especially when they don't. Second, build systems, not goals. Motivation gets you started, but systems keep you going. Instead of relying on willpower every single day, create an environment and routine that makes the action automatic. Go to the gym at the same time every day. Write at the same desk every morning. Make it so boring and routine that you don't need motivation. You just do it because it's what you do. Third, lower the bar. Most people quit because they set the bar too high and burn out. If you can't do an hour workout, do 10 minutes. If you can't write a chapter, write a paragraph. The goal isn't to be impressive, it's to not break the chain. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Fourth, find a different fuel source. Motivation is emotion-based. It's unreliable. What's reliable? Identity. Stop saying, "I'm trying to work out," and start saying, "I'm someone who works out." Stop saying, "I'm working on a business," and say, "I'm a business owner." When it becomes part of who you are, you don't need to be excited about it. You just do it because that's what people like you do. Fifth, embrace the suck. Here's a radical idea. What if the discomfort is the point? What if the fact that it's hard is exactly what makes it valuable? Everyone feels motivated at the start. The reason most people don't have what you want is because they quit when motivation fades. If you can learn to work without motivation, you've unlocked a superpower most people will never have. Let me tell you what nobody wants to admit. The most important work you'll ever do will happen on days you don't want to do it. The workout that counts most is the one you do when you're tired. The writing session that matters is the one where every word feels like pulling teeth. The business call that changes everything is the one you almost canceled, because that's where you separate yourself from everyone else who's waiting for inspiration to strike. Here's the bottom line. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are temporary. Discipline is a decision, and decisions compound. Every time you act without motivation, you're building the muscle that will carry you further than motivation ever could. So, here's your challenge. Think about that thing you started and lost motivation for. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was last year. And I want you to do the smallest possible version of that today. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today. One push-up, one sentence, one email, 1 minute. Not because you're motivated, but because you're decided. The gap between people who achieve their goals and people who don't isn't talent or motivation. It's what they do on day 4, day 40, day 400, long after the excitement is gone. Drop a comment and tell me the one thing you're going to do today, even though you don't feel like it. And if you want more real talk about actually getting things done, hit subscribe. Now stop watching YouTube and go do the